I think to have a green IT initiative or an environmental sustainability initiative is pretty critical because it has a tactical part but also a very strategic part. However, there's no definition around what is a true or a valid green IT or what does environmental sustainability really means. So we have seen many different approaches from vendors to actually focus on green IT or implement a sustainability strategy. So there is not one roadmap or one true way of doing it. But we see very importantly companies are starting either from a business line perspective or from a product line perspective or from a corporate branding and marketing perspective to move into embracing green IT and environmental sustainability. So they recognize it is important, but they also fear the challenges of actually communicating and getting a return on investment by the repositioning of their brand and their products. What we have seen very typically happening of a broad majority of the vendors is actually that they're looking at a specific product portfolio, so maybe a server or a printer or their monitors or PCs, and they're trying to reduce the energy cost or the operational cost that it holds to run the equipment. So, and then there's like a product label on that. It's like, well, this is our green PC offering or green printer offering. Sometimes we see some very specific software solutions to actually manage that type of technology for the end customer. On the other hand, we see companies like Cisco, IBM, HP, Fujitsu, Siemens that are actually going one step up and saying, well, we want to embrace it from a corporate strategy. We're putting people in place that are responsible for communicating sustainability, so not only the technology side and the green IT, but also, for instance, environmental health and services, our corporate communication strategy, including also human resources, supply chain, distribution. So we're seeing this emergence of an overarching topology in order to trickle down green IT and sustainability mind share and leadership also to all the layers of the organization. But that's a long-term and a very strategic approach that does not give you initially some return on investment other than repositioning the brand, creating maybe technology leadership in terms of innovation, etc. Many challenges to start with. First of all, it's a mentality shift. It's an organizational shift because, many people are in an organization are actually personally interested in sustainability and green, but when it comes to actually putting business justification, and a lot of people say, oh, no, let's worry about this later. This is not the priority of my business. So the biggest challenge is to make it a priority of the business. And we believe the only way of doing that is to start at the top. Because if you have an executive order, so to speak, to actually implement strategies on green IT, sustainability, and you put implementation frameworks in place, so you also organizational structure your people around these objectives, and you build KPIs into this strategy. So it's not only, well, we need to be green, we're putting a label on it, we're talking about it, but say, if we could offer our customer asset utilization or performance improvements of X% by implementing this solution. And by the way, they're also saving operational cost because this is more energy efficient, and maybe you're supporting carbon monitoring or carbon calculation tools around it, so that your customers, if we would advise them to go into a corporate sustainability reporting, could also use these savings and the knowledge on the saving to tie them back into their corporate sustainability plan. So that this is a strategy that layer by layer companies need to encompass. And so it's organizational, it's strategic in terms of implementation, and you have to marry hard facts, so KPIs to it, to actually make that plan work. It really depends. Because if you only look at this from a tactical perspective, so you're trying to green your server base, but you have a huge portfolio, then you will spend extra money because you will not be able to leverage that. But if you come from a corporate level and you say, well, we're building out this design for environment, this design of excellence center, where you have, development, technology engineering around sustainability or green. So you really maybe also tying your supply chain in there, and you're also looking at how at the end of the life of the product we can recycle it. So you invest a little bit more in your development phase, in your engineering phase, but then when it comes to the entire evaluation of the value chain, so at the end you need to recycle this, but hey, when you recycle it, you can reuse 99.9% of the recycled material to go back into your manufacturing. Then actually you made a plus. So we know of refurbishment plants in Australia. You invest a certain amount of money, you get the tenfold back within 2 years. So it can work if you look at a overarching holistic strategy. If you just pump that into a product line, you will be very hard pressed to find your money on that.